And the Marnoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for spell. Here's another shot. Right in front of score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
Morgan Geekie, bro. 25 goals.
So my hot take is you what do you think he's superstar status, or like what do you think?
Okay, so I was gonna ask the full question, so here you go. He has 25 goals. He has 50 goals for the calendar year.
Yep.
Right? He has 39 points in 36 games right now.
Okay.
Right? Second in scoring. So my question to you is, do you think he's a star, officially a star? And if, let's just say, hold on, if yes or no, let's just say if he is, how do you know when a player turns into a star? Like, is there a certain moment that you could watch or a certain milestone that they hit and you're like, he just turned into a star right in front of our eyes?
Okay, so for me, I don't think he's a star.
Okay.
Why? I think to me, I compare him right now to Zach Hyman's year where he had 50 plus goals. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And I'm like, okay, to be a star, you got to replicate it over and over again.
Okay. So you're saying that it has to be back-to-back years?
Oh, not back to back, but like even if he does it, if it's sustainable, like even if he next year, like he could get injured and stuff like that, but he has to have it carry over a long period of time. Like it's just one season, right? Like Zach Hyman had a crazy year where he scored 50 goals, right? And then now you look at him this year, and is he the same player? Even last year he wasn't the same player. And now you're thinking this year he have bounced back a year, but hasn't been able to replicate him.
Yeah.
But even back then, you see him and he's like, is he a star?
This is how I tell you you're so dead wrong.
Why? Because well, are you gonna say that? Oh, it's because Hyman's playing with two of the best players.
No, it's nothing to do with that. Zach Hyman has never been the star of the line. I know that thing's playing with Pasternak, right?
That's what I was
but
gonna say.
if you watch Morgan Geekie play, that guy is the driving force of all the offense they're running. Even when Paster's not playing, even if you go, forget about this year, even if you talk about last year, from January 1st, he's been the second highest scoring player, right? Boston, any type of success they're finding right now, I'm telling you, there's a lot to do with him.
Okay.
And with me, I think just a game that on Saturday, he had a goal and assist. I was just watching part of the game because it was going on another screen. And I remember he made that pass behind the net and he created a play. I think it was a disallowed goal. The goal happened. I remember watching at that moment and I just looked and I was like, I think he's hit that state. I think he's hit that mark that he's actually a star now in the league. And I'll tell you this guy's journey. Like just talking about this guy's story. He got drafted in 2017. He got drafted, I think it was 67th overall.
Yep.
He got drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes. And
then he went to Seattle, right?
Yeah, he played 2 years there. He was like, he had 23 points and he had like a 28-point season. And then that's when Seattle came and they're like, all right, expansion, we're going to take him. They took him. He played...
I think 2 years there.
Sorry. Before, when he played for Carolina, he played for Charlotte for the AHL team. He won the Calder Cup. He had 44 points that year.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, he came to Seattle. That's when he had the 22 and 28 points, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And
then after that, he signed 1 year deal with Boston.
And now he's been there like 3 years, right?
So listen to this. Crazy. He had 39 points the entire year in 76 games. Then after that, Boston Bruins are like, all right, we like this kid. We're going to sign him. They signed him to a 6-year deal, $33 million deal that kicked in last year. $5.5 million deal, right? And now the way the kid's killing it, he's on pace for 57 goals. I'm not saying he's going to hit 57. He's at 25 goals right now. That guy could easily hit 45 goals.
Even I don't know, man. Like the way I see it is I'm like, maybe he's just having a good year because like you can compare it to anyone in the past. Like remember when Jason Blake, just before he came to the Leafs, he had that 40-goal season with the Islanders, right?
Yeah.
And
but that was because of Alexei Yashin.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like it's is it going to be sustainable? Like, do you see him carrying this into like not only this season, next season? Sure, he's like driving the play right now, but like everyone adjusts. So like in the offseason, all these teams, they'll adjust. And can he sustain that?
I think Boston Bruins, the contract they signed him in, I think this is easily the best contract in the entire league.
What's his AAV?
$5.5 million.
So
he's $5.5 million right now. Even if the guy hits 60 points, that's
amazing.
A win.
Yeah.
And this guy right now at the pace that he's going, he's like on pace for 86 points. And I think the way him and Pastas found that chemistry, I think they're going to continue doing that even next year. Yes, a lot of people just look at that name and they don't find anything special because he hasn't done it before. But next year, that's the name everybody's gonna be talking about. But in Boston, within Boston fans and the Boston community, I think they already know they found something special.
Well, maybe he's just a late bloomer, right?
He is. He's 27 years old.
No. Well, a lot
Right?
of times too, right? It takes a while before you can find your game and stuff, and then finally when you find it, it just seems solid. Or maybe he just wasn't in the right situation, right?
Yeah.
And then finally you find it and it clicks, and you know.
Yeah. With Zach Hyman, the comparison that you were giving with Zach Hyman, the problem with Zach Hyman is that even on any line he has played, he's always a third player.
No, well, that's what I'm saying.
And he stands in front of the net. He's a net front presence.
50 goals is still 50 goals, right?
No, it's 50 goals for sure. But Chris Kreider also had 43 goals, I think 41 goals.
But
that's literally it was hand-eye coordination. I'm not taking that away. That's a very special talent to have. Pavelski's also done it for his career as well. It's special. But for you to go and open space for other players and create space and score in different ways, that's a different skill, I'd say. So just that with Morgan Geekie, I just think that with Zach Hyman, I just feel like the way he scores, he does heavily rely on his players. But if he goes and plays with other players that are not as talented as those guys, you will see him regressing. He's playing with McDavid in them, and he still can't hit the same amount of goals.
What do you think? Do you think if so? One thing too is if you want to call him a star, let's say he goes to another team or a different situation or something like that. Do you think he'll be able to sustain this?
I think so. I think he can. It's just that he's finally, I think everything just clicked for him now. Like he's figured out what it takes now to play at that level. Well, and certain players do play, they hit this level very late. But I think this is what the Hurricanes were hoping for, they didn't get. And Seattle, when they picked them up, I think that's what they were really hoping for, and it didn't work out. Still trying to figure it out. But I think with Boston, just the system that they have, and they have a lot of opportunities for him because of all the changes with Marchand and everything, and now he just found that step.
Well, sometimes too, like that's one organization you look at, and it's just like they get buy-in, right?
Yeah. Even with Boston Bruins, even when you think that they're not going to be successful, and you could write them out.
Yeah.
Every year they'll always find a player or two that will always be a good story, and they will never be as bad as what people think they're going to be. Ever. I have never. It's been the longest time I've never thought there's been times they have proven me wrong more than practically any team. No. There's been a lot of years where I would look at Boston. I was like this year I looked at them. I was like, they lost Marchand. They lost their identity, and you know what? I just don't see them.
Well, even
and they're doing. Look where they are. They're right at the bubble.
Yep.
Right, fighting for that spot while you have the Leafs all the way in the bottom. So it's like it's not always about the amount of talent you have. It is to do with the
chemistry.
Not even the chemistry. Like
buy-in?
You're not even
culture?
It's culture. It's like the culture within the organization just does not allow that. There will always be other players who will pick up the slack. So it's a special thing I think Boston found with him. But I think more and more people will. There's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna disagree with me right now. Yeah. But then I think this is more of a take that I'm 6 months, maybe or 8 months early. I think by next year, when we're going to be talking about it in November, December, that's 1 year from now, I think a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, yeah, that.
Well, that's how I am. I kind of want to hold out and kind of see how this goes.
Because last year when I saw him in the second half, I watched him. He was playing well. And I was like, yo, he's great. But you know what? He's just on a hot streak right now. And I don't think this is going to be sustainable. Okay. But the fact is that he hasn't let go of that pedal.
And he's carried into the season.
Since the game has started, first game, he's been playing the same way. He's been the most consistent goal scorer right now. He hasn't gone on any hot or cold streaks. He just keeps scoring. So, and think about it. He's second in scoring, not Pasta. It's him. So, you know, speaks. Well, and he's hit 39 points right now in 36 games. And the year that he had 39 points, he had in 76 games.
And they're like halfway through now?
Yeah. So it's impressive.
Well, the thing that's going to kind of really, I think, determine if he's a star or not is if he, because this year they're going to have an extended break because of the Olympics.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
So I want to see with all that time, because, you know, maybe he's in his groove now. Just wait and see when he has like those couple of weeks off for the Olympics. And then when they come back, if he's the same player. Yeah. So I guess
this conversation will most likely reevaluate back after the Olympics.
Well, even
we could have this talk again and see where Morgan Geekie is. Yeah. And if we think, what do we think, like as a player, like where do you see him? I would ask you that question in 2 months. We'll see where we are. Is my answer going to change or is your answer going to change? But somebody's answer is going to change in 2 months, right? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Did you see the McDavid goal?
Which one?
The against Vegas,
Where he goes
where he just cuts in
Yep,
and,
yep.
and he's holding onto the puck.
Well, even now,
Man.
like nothing shocks me with him. It's like nuts, right?
It's man, that guy's a beauty.
It's like he has.
man.
It's like the puck's like magnetizer taped to his stick or something, or glued
Yeah.
to his stick. The way he dangles and stuff.
He has 20 goals in 23 games.
Well, like, did you expect anything? Like,
No,
they
it's
had a
just-
slow
I'm
start,
not-
and then
No, it's not expecting from him. It's just thinking about it overall. Just any player just going on an absolute heater to
Mhm.
do that. It doesn't matter if he does it 20 billion times. You're gonna look at it the next time he does it and be like, man, he did it again.
Again,
Like
yeah.
this is unbelievable. Like the fact that he could just turn it up.
it's crazy.
You know?
Man. Like you watch him, and he's like, what can't he do?
Yeah.
Like-
This is no Christmas miracle or anything. This is literally what we get, right? This is Christmas for us every day.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just about to say, like, I feel like he can walk or skate on water, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We wouldn't be if he was like floating, if he was levitating,
Oh,
all
yeah, I
his
wouldn't
fans
be
would be
shocked.
looking at him like, yeah, I expected that.
I expected that. No, 100%, man.
He is like, I think
He's
he
like
has-
so special.
yeah, I think in the month calendar, just before this game, he had 13 goals and 14 assists in a 1 month period, so 27 points.
It's crazy
Just
because
turned it up.
Edmonton's still not doing that well.
Well, no, they're in the playoff spot now,
Yeah, but
right?
yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be up and down now. Tristan Jarry is also injured too,
Injured.
so we'll see. But this is a really good time for them to get that this Christmas break, for the Oilers just
And
to
get
kinda rest
healthy.
up. Yeah, just to get healthy. But man, just watching this guy play, and it's just it's
No,
amazing,
It's
man.
a miracle on like
Yeah.
ice, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
man.
It's
Yeah.
special. Like imagine just compiling like a highlight reel of him. It'll be like for sure.
It's like with McDavid, when you look at him, he just looks like a Megazord to me, where like every body part you could take from a different player, like hands from this guy and
Yeah.
a shot from this guy and skating from this guy, and then you compile it and it's McDavid.
Yeah, that too.
You
And I
know?
was gonna say too, like when he plays, it's crazy because he's playing at fast forward speed,
Yeah,
and everyone else is just slow mo.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they should just create I've been saying every year, like create another league and he just plays by himself.
No, well, it's even crazy because it's like when you watch him, it's like watching like a AAA player against someone that's playing like house league, and these are all NHL players,
Yeah.
which is like nuts, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And like think about it, like this is the evolution of a hockey player,
Yeah.
right? Like, is there another evolution to this in 30, 40 years? Or
No, well,
like,
it's
you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is like I think he changed. Like you heard Ryan Reeves talk about it.
Yeah.
He's like, when he was taught skating, it's like long strides and stuff, and now McDavid,
Yeah.
Bedard, Celebrini, all these guys short, quick strides.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just, and I think it started with McDavid, right?
Yeah.
Because you watch him skate. Even have you watched him just like warm up?
Yeah.
It's like nuts. He's just going around and skating, and it's so fast. It's like nuts.
Yeah, it's impressive, man. Buffalo, Kevyn Adams.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, well, I'm getting fired, but before I get out of
Hey,
this
you want to
door,
cause? I want to blow.
yeah, he's like he. I think for Kevyn Adams, most likely when he heard the news, the angel and the devil just sat on his shoulder, and the angel's like, listen, you still have a chance of getting another job. Just it's okay. Just smile, nod your head, and just walk out. It's just say that you tried your best. And the devil's like, listen, screw that job, screw anything else. You're never gonna be in this league. Let's just burn everything.
Burn everything down. No, it's nuts.
Like, just take everything with you, you know. And then he goes and tells the media that Tuch wants the same amount of money as Kempe, and
Yeah, he wanted more than Kempe. I think
more
he
than
said.
more than Kempe, and now it came out in the media, and then I don't know. Think about it. Even if you told the media, which person burnt their own insider
Yeah.
to expose it? Like,
expose
how
him,
did-
yeah.
How did they get caught?
No,
right?
100%.
But just the fact that he did that, right? And now everybody's like, he's so unprofessional for that happening. If you're in that situation, right? Like everything went wrong and you feel like you're never going to be a GM, like, would you even remotely think about doing something like that? Most likely Tuch really pissed him off. His agent most likely pissed him off.
Well,
They couldn't lock him in, right?
it's well, even that too. I'm like, it's nuts that you see something like this come out.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, okay, sure, even the media person that leaked the story, like, fucking could have just said it came from the organization.
Yeah.
that he want. Like, why do you have to single him out, right?
Yeah.
Which is nuts. It's like you burnt him, and now, like, even as an organization, like, do you want to hire this guy that's gonna leave?
No, he's not. I don't think he's.
But
this
even
is
like,
gonna be
let's say he
hard.
goes to a college team or something like that, right? Like, or like let's say he goes to an AHL team or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do, right?
Yeah, it's tough, but
But this is what you wanted. This is what you want. You wanted.
No. Of course, I want everything set on fire, right? I was like,
not even that, but you want the inside within the inside. Like you were talking about it a couple of weeks ago with the Nylander, where that conversation didn't get leaked. This is what you wanted.
No, for sure, for sure. But I think this is more of like the general manager getting fired, and he's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like set everything up on fire while I go out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo's been winning. It's not like
I'm gonna take down as many guys as I can with me.
I'm gonna take down everybody I can. I just looked at that, I'm like, whoa. And the fact is that like the media came out and said that it was Kevyn Adams who fully just took this and told media that this happened.
That was the shocking part. Usually,
like who was the rat?
No, that's
who was the rat within the rat.
Well, the crazy part is usually when you hear it, it's like, oh, it came from a source from the organization or something like that.
Yeah,
they don't single out the guy.
Exactly, right?
No, it's not.
So somebody, he must have pissed somebody off.
That whole team's like a dumpster fire, man. Like really, if it was any organization, like I kind of.
Well, right now they just they hired who they hired. Keklinen is the general manager, but they just hired assistant
GM
Mark Bergevin as their assistant manager, and they hired somebody else too. So it feels like they're building a better
base, I guess.
But I mean, see how it goes. As I said with the Buffalo Sabres, until Tage Thompson is not traded, that
even Tuch, right? Piece, we're talking about Tuch. Like I think, especially now, knowing that the organization doesn't want to give him the money, like I think he's gonna be like.
I don't think he's gonna get paid like that anywhere. Who the hell wants to pay him that much money?
He's 29, right?
Yeah,
29, 10 million AAV. Yeah.
I don't think he's actually like. I'm not blaming him for everything that happened in Buffalo, and he of course was in Minnesota before that too. But
dude, he came from Vegas, no?
No, he did, but before that, he was in Minnesota. Okay. Right? He's not gonna get paid like that. That's insane. Like, who would pay him that much money? Philly?
I don't know. Any team that's desperate.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was crazy. I mean, Phillip Danault got traded for a second rounder.
Back home, I guess.
Yeah, back to Montreal, and I think he still has like 3 years left in his deal. But I think Montreal's been kind of missing. They've been like the fans been missing him for a long time since that cup run that they were making, and then he left. Well, he's such a good defensive player, but he hasn't had a single point. I think like 24, 25 games.
But even when you watch him, that's not really, like his scoring is not his game, right?
It's not.
He's like more like a two-way player, kind of.
Yeah.
More defensive sided, but like good on them. Like I think that's something that they needed. They need a little bit more defense because like when you watch them, it's like some nights they're blowing teams out, and then other nights they're getting blown out themselves, right?
Exactly.
I think they just need a little bit more stability, shore things up on the back end, and then I think they'll be a little better situation.
I don't know if you saw.
I like the move.
I don't know if you saw after the first game, like Danault, I think I don't know if he gave a slice of pizza to Caulfield. They're both sitting there, and Caulfield's like a little kid.
Oh
right?
no! Like he got pizza.
That's I think it was just the last game or something like that, and it's just good. I think because he's so defensively responsible, I'm not really sure that he's gonna fill that hole for that second line center. But for now, I think it's good enough. Maybe it's even good enough until the off season, where he could just slot back to the third line.
Well, like the thing is with like hockey and just like if you're not on the first line, if you're on the second line, or third line or fourth line, as long as you go out and you're not making mistakes or you're not like getting scored on, I think that's a win.
No, it is. But then there are times when the first line is completely, like in the playoffs, especially when the first line gets shut down, you need your bottom guys to score. And I'm not saying Danault can't. I think he can. I think he's going to find that love again. In Montreal, I mean, this was... I honestly, when he left Montreal, I just thought that was a mistake from... I know he got paid in LA, but it just felt like it was kind of bittersweet. Like, you left this team.
And great situation,
yeah.
Right?
And it seemed like he was such an important piece on that team. But it's good that he's back now. I think he's going to bring a lot of the off-ice presence, too, to this team.
Well, even still,
he needs some veteran leadership, and he brings it.
Even still, too, right? Like he left a good situation, and now he's coming back where he was.
And he's embraced,
right?
Yeah, everybody embraced him. So, and
decent contract too. It's not nothing like super crazy.
No, it's not crazy. I think it's $6.5 million. I think something like that. 3 years left, so it's just easily he's gonna be able to play that. I think it's a good contract. Philly, the radio.
Oh, that's nuts,
dude! I can't stop laughing. I watched that clip like
over and over
so
again.
many times.
Well, even like dang, like you think they have like a light or something there that lets them know they're still on
Dude,
there.
it's not even that. If you're working, right, especially on TV or radio, it doesn't matter if the cameras are off or on. I wouldn't be saying it until I don't walk out of that room.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. You got what?
You got too comfortable.
Yeah, too comfortable. You got suspended 2 games. Right?
Yeah, he got suspended 2 games. He said some X-rated stuff. Let's just say
X-rated.
X-rated stuff, and he laughed about it after. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah, just laughed it off like nothing happened.
yeah." Like, anyways, like, oh boy.
No, it's funny.
I mean, just the funny thing is that it's in Philadelphia, from all places.
Yeah,
Because they're like as
Even their-
fans and everything, they're just like the most
wild.
They'll say the most craziest stuff, right?
Yeah.
And just there's
And it was too wild for them that he had to get suspended, right?
yeah. So I don't know. I just heard that. I was like, oh, perfect time for Christmas.
No, that was funny. I think that was like the funniest moment of
Yeah.
the week, probably.
Yeah, for sure. Sidney Crosby, man, that guy just beat Mario Lemieux most amount of points.
You know what he's like when you look at him, he's like the perfect like team guy, perfect captain. Even in his press interview, he's like, "No, Mario's still number 1."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like overall, he's like the perfect. What's the word I'm looking for? Not employee, but shoot, I can't even.
No, he's a
think.
perfect role model.
That's what it is.
He is. Okay, I had this whole thing. I was just thinking about it all day, just about like where the game was back in when the lockout happened till now, and a lot of people say that like there was a lot of adversity that he had to fight too. If you think about it, when that lockout happened, I'll just tell you about personally me. I had a lot of friends that used to watch hockey then before the lockout. And they were from all over the place, all over the world. That it could be families of immigrants or anything. They all came to this country, all started watching hockey. When that lockout happened, I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of people that used to watch hockey, and we had nothing in common anymore. They all just went their own ways. They started watching different sports or started doing different things. And I was just like, I didn't have as many friends anymore because a lot of them just stopped watching hockey. Hockey at that time, I remember the ratings were so low. It just completely dropped. And that's when Sidney Crosby comes, and they put this massive weight on his shoulder, him and Ovechkin, massive weight on his shoulder, saying that you got to take this game back to what it used to be or even better. You got to go and follow up the guys like Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux and all the greats that came before that. And you would think that you would crumble with the pressure that comes. Yes, he had some growing pains in the beginning where there are a lot of labels that were put on him, like, crybaby and everything, because he was like kind of complaining about.
Yep.
And he had to learn that, you kind of have to fight over this stuff, right? And he became, he understood what he had to do, and he started, becoming successful. He won a cup afterwards. He had 2 concussions. And even at that time, people question him, be like, Sidney Crosby's never going to be the same player ever again.
Well, even remember when he had that crazy ankle injury too.
Yeah.
And he comes back and it's like, oh, especially with the ankles, right? He had like a
Exactly.
high ankle sprain or something like that. That was really, really bad when he went into the boards. But he comes back and it's like, it's crazy how he's been able to sustain this over such a long period, right?
Yeah. So I remember that moment when he, it was the Winter Classic when he got hit. It was a hit to the head and he was gone. And everybody's like, this guy's like the face of this game, and now he's gone. Like everybody, all the media, everybody's like, he's never going to be the same. After 2 concussions, nobody's ever the same, right? Guy comes back and he finds a different way he just tweaked his game. And the guy that you're seeing today, like, you couldn't even imagine at that moment when that happened that he could still continue on and go and beat Mario Lemieux's record,
yeah.
milestone. And then you look at the other side with Ovechkin, right? Same thing. The only reason why I'm bringing up Ovechkin is just because it's Christmas and it's appreciation time.
No, that's right.
You got to clearly appreciate what the sport is, and it's only because these guys. If you want to only compare with 2 other guys, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, there was a time when the sport was completely dead. And I'm not saying hockey was at that state, but it was really bad. The salary cap was almost at $36 million after the lockout. It was really bad. Like, teams couldn't. There were a lot of teams that could not survive, and even with Ovechkin. A lot of times he was questioned, oh, he's a one-trick pony and he can't win a cup every year. Same question. You had guys like Alexander Semin, multiple 40-goal scorer. Couldn't do it, changed coaches, and he just kept fighting and fighting. And then people kept saying that there's no way he could beat Wayne Gretzky's goal record. And then last year
does
he
it.
did it,
Yep.
right? And then you're seeing that greatness, and then you're seeing this Crosby greatness. And man, you got to appreciate where the sport is. Without these two, we wouldn't be watching the game like this.
No, not even that. Like, it's crazy because you look at the stars that are in the game now, like the Bedard, Celebrinis. These are the guys they grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And imagine if these guys didn't do what they did when they did, will we have these stars in the league, right? So it's not even just, they inspired everyone else or thing. They inspired the next generation of hockey players. And when you see that, it's like crazy, right? And like, look at all the respect Crosby gets from all these guys. Like when Celebrini went, I think the only reason he went to the IHF last season was just so he could play on the same line as Crosby and pick up a few things. And I was kind of upset that Bedard didn't go too, because I think it would have been a great learning experience for him too. But it's just the amount of, I think there's a video, even if you watch like a press conference, you see, and it's McDavid, and I forgot who else it was, but it was for like a Hockey Canada, and you see Crosby sitting there, and he takes off his hat, and he's just sitting there, and you see McDavid and forgot who the other person was, do the exact same thing right before. Like the amount of respect he draws, not only from like the fans and everyone in the organization, but other players as well. It's nuts.
It's just the massive burden that these two players had at that time. Man, it's like you had to draw a perfect map for it to be successful. And these guys, like, they lived up to that beyond.
I was just gonna say exceeded.
And beyond.
No.
The what they have done and the way Crosby's still playing at this age, it's so impressive, because a lot of people at that age, they're like, I can't even get off my couch.
No, 100%. And like just his dedication, right? Like him practicing, and even in the offseason, he goes back home, but all he does is train, right?
Yeah.
Him and McKinnon.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's just all the news coming on. And Martin St. Louis said it too, during that cup run that he had, was in the finals when his mother passed away. He was on the bike, he came early, and he was just cycling, and he's trying to like mentally get into the game. He's like, before I think it was, I don't know if it was a game 7, I'm trying to remember, because it was the semis. And he's like, Sidney Crosby just walked up to me, talked to me a couple of minutes, just talked about everything, like, I guess whatever, their personal stuff. And he's like, then he went off with his day. He's an amazing player, but nobody actually talks about the fact that he's actually a way better human being.
Well, even like the craziest thing is too, he does so much for the community. He does so much for Timbits hockey, so much, even like for season ticket holders. Like I remember, like there's a couple of years, I think I'm pretty sure he still does it, where he goes and he gives the season ticket holders their tickets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He still does that.
And that's like crazy, like the amount of dedication he has, not only to his team, but like to the sport.
Yeah.
And what he does to grow it. He's like the ultimate, like you said, role model.
Yeah, and he always lays low. It's not like he
you
goes
never hear
and
any
shows.
crazy
There's no publicity.
You're never gonna hear him burning his hand at barbecues or anything like that.
But there's no publicity either.
No,
like he doesn't need to be appreciated by people.
No.
He just genuinely does this stuff. That's why I think there's more respect for him, because he's not looking for that from anyone. It's just he just radiates that whenever he walks into a room.
Even like advertisements, like what he had a couple Gatorade commercials, but I didn't really see anything else. Like he doesn't do any like crazy ads. He's just quiet. He literally just comes, plays hockey, and goes home.
Yeah.
Right.
And even I hated the fact that when people are kind of trying to force him out of Pittsburgh, they're like, oh, you got to win a cup, Colorado, and everything. It's just you got to appreciate that the guy he is right now is because of a lot of things with loyalty, is with the guys around him. But he helped build that culture there, and he doesn't want to leave. So respect it. Don't talk about, if he wants to go, that's a different story. But like, don't start like him, from all people, from any player in this league. You should not start that narrative about him. He should decide what he says. You should, as media, should just nod your head to everything he says, and don't question where he should go, where you don't have the knowledge or the capabilities of telling him what he should and shouldn't do.
Do you think it changes if he didn't win all those cups earlier in his career? Do you think he would have maybe chased, or do you think he's just like, hey, I want to stay I was drafted by this organization, I want to stay here, this is my home?
I think him and Malkin would have always found ways of winning a cup. That was just inevitable.
No, but
like,
I get it. But fair enough. Let's say that, like, just hypothetically,
yeah.
Like, let's say they never won early.
Like Ray Bork, you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think the team would say it to him too. They're like, we want you to win a cup, and I think he would I think it would be a different conversation to have because Ray Bourque was also like very loyal to the Boston Bruins, and he wanted to win a cup. And the organization wanted him to win a cup. Unfortunately, they were not good enough.
Well, even
that's why they traded
the
him.
only reason I'm saying it is because you see like a lot of like players that spent their whole careers with one organ. Like you see it with Sundin. He went to Vancouver because he's like, oh, I get a good chance of winning there. You see same thing with Ginla.
He's not looked at any different.
No, not any different. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like just like other players.
Yeah.
Like they're identified with one organization. And same thing, like you can even throw Marchand in there, right?
Yeah.
They stay with an organization and then, you know, like they want to win just so they can win, right? It's like
Yeah.
the hardest trophy in sport to
Yeah,
win.
but like Marchand won one as well, right?
Yeah.
Like with
Oh,
Boston,
that's right, with
Boston,
Boston.
right? So, I mean, you could say Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau,
Yep.
like those guys didn't win a cup and they kept trying. And listen, there's only one cup and there's only one team that's going to win every year.
Yeah.
So that conversation saying that if he would leave or not, that's a completely different thing. I just think that just the character, that the person he is, he would have tried no matter what to bring a cup to Pittsburgh. I don't think that would have stopped.
No, that's like one thing when you see captain, it's like the amount. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I feel is missing from the Leafs. It's just like the dedication, not only to your organization, to the fans, and just like it's crazy, right? Like imagine if you had someone like that, or if Matthews was like, I think it'd be completely different.
But
it's he leads by example, you know.
But that has nothing to do with your skill or how you've been training. That's all to do with the type of human you are.
No,
like
that's
the
what I'm saying.
personality you have.
But
and that is something. It could be from the where you're from. It could be a small town, big city, or it could be the family upbringing. It could be anything. It's just that type of personality that does shape into how you can or cannot win a cup too. If you're on a team like that, that stuff. If you feel like if you can't score, or like let's just say you're talking about the Leafs again, so whatever. William Nylander, if you feel like you can't score 5 goals, if you can't score a goal in 5 games or whatever it is, like, can you do something in the locker room? Maybe take the guys out, like, you know, go to a spa or something. Like, are you doing other stuff to get the team to, you know, are you being a real leader?
Yep.
Trying to figure out solutions.
Well,
Not like saying sulking and then saying that, all right, well, you know, next game we'll go and try to win. Like, are you trying to rally
something.
the troops?
Yep.
Are you trying something inside? Because if you're not doing that, that means there's a lot to do with your personality.
Well, even it's just like I feel like he just leads by example. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
If your main guys aren't out there and they're not like showing any care or any effort or anything like that, like who else?
But there's only even if you go look out throughout history with hockey, there's only been a handful of leaders at that certain stage where they're kind of like right above everybody else. Not even nothing to do with talent, just leadership. They're just way beyond everybody else. You know, you could give hats to a lot of those players, and Sidney Crosby's there, like one of the best leaders that we have ever seen. Not even just as a player, but as a leader. That guy sets an example for everybody. So, yeah, man, it's just appreciation time, man. It's Christmas. You gotta appreciate what you have, and we don't know how long we're gonna have him or Ovechkin, but you should appreciate every single game and what he brings.
They make a movie.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
Listen, if you even started a Netflix series on
100%.
Ovechkin and Crosby, holy smokes, isn't that a good idea?
Yeah, that's it.
maybe that'll be the Christmas present for all of us.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah.
Like just even like a docu-series, like, you know, 30 for 30 or something.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
It would be insane.
Yeah.
I would be hooked for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably two of the greatest, like in this generation or this era, 100%.
I feel like they have carried a bigger burden than any other past generations. That's maybe that's a hot take for certain people because they're, you know, you have like your 80s and you had the Montreal Canadiens carrying it back in the 70s. You know, you had the Oilers in the 80s, and you know you had
Leafs
the
in
great
the
players.
60s.
Yeah, sure. But I'm just saying, I think that's the burden that these two players had to carry. I think it's way beyond any other player that's ever
especially
carried this
like
game.
I think like the game's grown so much.
Yeah.
Just because these two guys, right?
Yeah.
And you think about where it was like in the lockout and how every other sport kind of like expanded like crazy and it got so big. And it's like these two guys were the main I guess, drivers.
Completely different personalities.
No,
both of them.
very different.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, because you've even seeing, I don't know if you've been seeing it with Ovechkin in the locker rooms.
Him
right?
joking around and stuff.
Joking around, dude, who was walking the dog? walking one of the players like just like barking and everything, right? They do this stuff, and TJ Oshie was talking about it too. He's like, "Oh, that locker room when we won the cup, it was like it felt like it was exactly what it is right now. It's like they're having so much fun, and they're just keeping it light. And they're like, it's all to do with Ovechkin. He keeps things light. He keeps everybody included. He didn't want to name the guy. He's like, there was this one player that getting bounced around all over the league. He came into that team within 1 month. He was completely like engraved into the culture because like Ovechkin does that. He brings players and he makes them accepted. Doesn't matter what kind of misfit you are in the league. He just brings them in and then he just accepts them. And those players see that love and then they just, fall in love, and then the team plays away, and the players want to be there. They want to stay there. And if you're going to look at like teams like Buffalo or Vancouver or Toronto or whatever, it's like, I think before you want to win anything, you need to kind of really build that within the locker room. You got to build it. And when you see that first as a first step, and then you kind of start building afterwards, you will start seeing success. It may be very slow, but when your core foundation of your culture is not built, then it doesn't matter how much talent you bring. Eventually, all the bricks are gonna just crumble. So that's what you're seeing. But with these two, it's just special, man. I really want to see them play this year. That would be great. And I know we're talking about it. We'll go in March, but we should definitely watch them play.
No, yeah. Especially like knowing you have a limited amount of time left. Now it's like possibly
it's like time's ticking.
No,
like that's how I felt about Yager, right? When I went to go watch Yager play last year, and I know he's playing this year as well. But like you just want to watch these players.
No, it's special.
It's special, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how they're moving anymore. Maybe they're not playing the same level as they used to.
No, but
still, it's still special.
It's like they have an aura to them, right?
They do.